Hello and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News on this Wednesday, April 8th. I'm Grant Olson. Here's some of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Construction has officially begun on the new plant growth facility at Washington State University's Tree Fruit Research and Extension Center in Wenatchee. Small businesses and private nonprofits in Washington State are still eligible to apply for federal disaster loans to offset economic losses caused by drought beginning in July of last year. Expect sunny skies and warmer temperatures through Friday. Your full local weather forecast is coming up. A Chelan man is suspected of attempting to break into an apartment and assaulting a deputy who responded to the call. 24-year-old Alejandro Morales Gonzalez allegedly came to the apartment complex in the 200 block of East Johnson Avenue about 7 p.m. on Saturday. There, police say he began pounding on the door of an upper apartment, possibly believing his former partner was inside. The occupants called 911 and a nearby deputy came to the building. When he confronted Morales, the man allegedly struggled and punched the deputy in the face. A second deputy helped to place Morales into handcuffs. He now faces possible charges including attempted burglary, third-degree assault, and resisting arrest. He remained held today in the Chelan County Regional Justice Center on $3,000 bail. The Washington State Department of Ecology estimates that 10 deaths each year in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee are related to fine particulate matter exposure. The agency released its community reports in December, which provide local demographic data and information about air pollutant levels and their health impacts. Ecology identified the Wenatchee Valley as overburdened by air pollution in 2023 because the community experiences elevated exposure to fine particulate matter during wildfire season. Ecology found that most deaths related to air pollution occur among non-Hispanic white people, with 6 deaths among 18 to 84-year-olds in both 2022 to 2023. However, when accounting for ages of people in each race and ethnicity group, the mortality rate was highest among Hispanic people at a rate of 55 deaths per 100,000. Construction has officially begun on the new plant growth facility at Washington State University's Tree Fruit Research Center and Extension Center in Wenatchee. The $18 million, 24,000 square foot facility will replace 70-year-old greenhouses by adding 2 wings of greenhouse space where researchers can control lighting, temperature, and CO2 levels. The building also has new workspaces and laboratories built into the design, including a microbiology lab and several rooms for experiments. The facility will be utilized by multiple Washington State University programs, as well as 2 U.S. Department of Agriculture scientists researching plant pathology and pear genetics. Construction began on April 1st, and Washington State University is planning on opening the new center by next summer. 5 Grant County men were among 7 arrested on April 1st when they allegedly sought to patronize sex workers in an Adams County sting operation. The Othello Police Department says the men became suspects during a 2-day effort targeting purveyors of prostitution. 2 of those arrested for allegedly attempting to pay women for sex were from the Tri-Cities, while the remainder had home addresses in Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Royal City. None have been charged with the crime as of this week. Police say they also referred 3 women suspected of sex work to local outreach agencies. When we come back, 15 pieces of art created by North Central Washington students will be shown in Olympia this month after being named Best of Show in a local contest. And the Chelan County Assessor's Office plans a series of community meetings to help residents understand their taxable property values. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Vape companies have a history of targeting teens. Now, they've been caught red-handed marketing to minors in Washington State and forced to pay millions in a major lawsuit. When it comes to your health, choose what matters. Choose you. Nicotine in vapes can increase feelings of anxiety and depression. Though quitting isn't always easy, it's a great way to care for your mental health. When you're ready to take control of your well-being, choose the Tomorrow Health app. It's free for Washington teens and proven to work.
Click RV Moses Lake Superstore has gone mad with huge discounts on a huge selection of top brand RVs, which means the lowest prices, factory incentives, and rebates.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Shop online and find the floor plan you like, then build it, price it, and click it. Or come to the Moses Lake Superstore. From travel trailers to fifth wheels, toy haulers to motorhomes, the huge RV discount prices are here. Get a better RV and the lowest price guarantee only at Click It RV Moses Lake or clickitrv.com.
Be a winner like me and get to Click It RV.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
15 pieces of art created by North Central Washington students will be shown in Olympia this month after being named Best of Show in a local contest. The 47th Annual Regional High School Art Show featured 125 pieces from 16 high schools and will close this Saturday. 7 students who advanced to the statewide Superintendent's High School Art Show were also awarded scholarships to Central Washington University. Those students are Wenatchee's Taylor Arce and Jose Pedraza, Chelan's Gabby Benson, Cashmere's Brenda Carrillo Esquivel, Cascade's Ren Popst, and Quincy's Kaheem Scott. Madeline Maher from Okanagan Outreach School is also a CWU scholarship and Best of Show winner. Small businesses and private nonprofits in Washington state are still eligible to apply for federal disaster loans to offset economic losses caused by drought beginning in July of last year. The U.S. Small Business Administration is reminding those affected to apply for low-interest loans by May 8th. The disaster declaration covers 20 counties, including Douglas, Grant, and Okanagan. The program is also available to small agricultural cooperatives and nurseries. At this time, the SBA is unable to provide loans to agricultural producers, farmers, or ranchers. The Chelan County Assessor's Office plans a series of community meetings to help residents understand their taxable property values. Property assessments help determine how much a home or property owner will pay in tax in the following year. Attendees will hear about how assessments are determined, as well as trends that may impact values in 2026 for taxes payable in 2027. Those meetings are happening April 23rd in Leavenworth, April 29th in Chelan, and May 20th in Wenatchee. Coming up next, the state of Washington has just declared drought for the 4th year in a row, with our average snowpack in late March the 4th lowest in the past 40 years. We'll have more on that in tonight's feature story. Our temperatures are warming up as we head to the end of the week, with some weather changes expected this weekend. I'll have your local weather details coming up. In tonight's feature story, the state of Washington has just declared drought for the 4th year in a row. And this year, the problem is statewide. Despite a wet winter, much of our precipitation fell as rain instead of snow. Our average snowpack in late March was the 4th lowest in the past 40 years. In a press conference today, alongside other experts in Union Gap, State Director of Ecology Casey Sixkiller said it's likely going to be a dry, difficult summer for agriculture, fish habitats, and local communities.
There's no way to sugarcoat what is happening today. We have entered April with roughly half of our normal snowpack. In Washington, our summer water supply is stored in winter snowpack. It melts gradually, feeding rivers, filling reservoirs, and keeping water temperatures cool. This year, that system is coming up short. You can see it as you cross over the Cascades on I-90. The reservoirs are full, storing every drop of water they can, but the hillsides are bare. April 1st is typically when snowpack peaks. This year, we are at just 52% of normal, and that gap has real consequences. To put it in perspective, the Yakima Basin reservoirs can store about 1 million acre-feet of water, but communities, farms, and fish need about 2.5 million acre-feet of water each summer.
The statewide average snowpack ranks as the third lowest since records began in 1985. Of the other snow drought years in Washington, 2005 and 2015 were worse. They were both lower, and 2001 was comparable to this year's drought. I'm sure many of you remember what happened in those years. All of those years were associated with drought impacts across the state, ranging from reduced hydropower to fish mortality to reduced water allocations for agriculture. Our office continues to study the different ways that Washington drought can develop. Warmer than normal temperatures were a critical component of this year's drought, similar to 2005 and 2015. Early in the season, a record warm December brought rain to our highest elevations instead of snow. Then a midwinter dry spell continued with continued warmer than normal temperatures limited our snowpack growth. A series of storms in mid-March did bring some snow, but it was quickly melted by warmer than normal temperatures afterward. Statewide, the water year average temperature ranks as the third warmest since records began in 1895, and I'm not misspeaking, 1895. Last year's drought was mostly due to low precipitation. This year, we've had near normal to above normal precipitation for the water year, but warmer than normal temperatures led to low snowpack.
4 straight years of drought means we're at a higher risk of wildfires this summer. Fires will be more prone to start and will spread faster. It's also clear that a changing climate is really driving a forest health crisis that's driving this wildfire crisis. And fortunately, this last year, just weeks ago, the legislature fully restored our funding for wildfire prevention and forest health. That was our agency's top priority. I spent a year traveling the state making the case to legislators, and this is critical funding. As a result, the Department of Natural Resources is able to continue our work, not only positioning fire equipment and being prepared to put out the fires, but we have the funding needed to invest in forest health, in fuels reduction, and the thinning work needed to help reduce the risk that only increases because of these drought conditions.
We're closely monitoring conditions as we head into this year's growing season. In years with similar conditions, we've seen irrigation challenges lead to impacts in crop yield and crop quality, and that's something we're keeping a close eye on again this year, although it is too early for us to speak specifically to 2026 impacts yet. While we expect water shortages to be felt across different regions and different cropping systems, we're paying particular attention to places that we know are vulnerable to drought. That includes the Yakima Basin, where we are today, that faces its 4th consecutive drought year in a row. Multi-year drought events compound challenges to agriculture. An example of that is in tree fruit production. If we have water stress in the fall, that's going to lead to impacts to the harvest in the following season.
Over the past decade, we've declared drought 7 out of 10 years. Drought is becoming the pattern, our new normal. And now climate change is reshaping our water system in real time. More rain, less snow, earlier runoff, hotter, drier summers. In short, not enough water when we need it, and too much when we can't store it.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCWLIFE and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration. so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community.
As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional-grade products and service from a professional-grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours.
High school sports is back. Join us all spring for live coverage of Wenatchee and Eastmont soccer, baseball, and softball. Brought to you by our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Coverage also sponsored by Global Car Care, the Hot and Dirt Golf and Grill, Apple Valley Honda, Sangster Motors, Valley Tractor, Save Mart, Caldwell Banker, Biosports Physical Therapy, and Dick's Heating and Air. Your home for high school sports, as always, is the NCWLIFE channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you enjoyed this beautiful weather on this Wednesday. Lots of blue sky out there today. And look at this gorgeous shot up at Lake Wenatchee. Beautiful reflections off the lake, all kinds of blue sky. And I wish I was right there today at Kaler Glen Golf Course. What a beautiful day to be outdoors around North Central Washington. And I'll tell you, it's just going to get better as we make our way through the week. Let's take a look at what we can expect as we get you into the upcoming weekend. As we get to Thursday, more sunshine, and it's going to warm up a little bit. We'll see highs tomorrow more into the upper 60s. A few more clouds on Friday, just high clouds, so we'll call it some filtered sunshine for Friday, and that will be our warmest day. We're talking upper 60s to mid 70s for high temperatures on Friday, and then the bottom kind of falls out as we get into the weekend. Saturday, we not only could see some rain showers in the afternoon, a thunderstorm is not out of the question. Saturday afternoon will cool down into the mid 60s, and then by Sunday we'll cool down even a little bit more with a chance for showers, and highs then only in the upper 50s. And we will get to all that here in a second. Today's high temperature around our area, boy, a beauty. 65 unofficially in Wenatchee. 59 is our normal high for this time of year. Our record high, 81 degrees, and that was set back in 2016. We were at 39 this morning, exactly where we should be for our normal low this time of year. Our record low, 28, and that was set in 1973. Sun came up this morning at 6:25, and it sets this evening at 7:41. All right, let's get you into this beautiful forecast for Thursday. 70s for the Columbia Basin, 71 for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 70 in Quincy, 68 for Wenatchee, 67s Eniat and Chelan, a beautiful 67 in Cashmere tomorrow, and Leavenworth, you will see a high of 66 degrees. Just beautiful weather tomorrow all over North Central Washington. Omak also, you will come close to touching 70 degrees. All right, tonight we do expect partly cloudy skies out there to clear skies. It'll be partly cloudy early, clearing later on. It's all because of this ridge of high pressure over the Pacific Northwest. Low temperatures tonight, generally around that 40-degree mark, and boy, just mild weather all up and down the west coast. For Thursday, crystal clear skies for Washington State. We'll see mild high temperatures into the upper 60s tomorrow afternoon. And then as we get you into the end of our work week on Friday, a few more clouds. We'll call it just high clouds out there as our ridge begins to break down just a little bit. An area of low pressure moves in, and there's a look at the high clouds we expect on Friday, but unseasonably warm with highs right around around 70 degrees, and then changes come our way as we get you into the weekend. Big, deep trough of low pressure forms in the western United States. We will see cloudy skies, a 40% chance of showers, and yes, thunderstorms. Will cool back into the mid-60s on Saturday afternoon as well. And then on Sunday, just cloudy skies as that trough continues its slow trek east. High pressure will move in, but we will see about a 40% chance of rain on Sunday. High temperatures barely reaching 60 degrees as we end our weekend. And then as we get you into our next week, there's that area of high pressure out in the Pacific. Partly cloudy skies and just normal for this time of year on Monday with high temperatures around 60 and steady as she goes for Tuesday too, although some changes after Tuesday. Mostly cloudy and seasonal Tuesday with highs around 60, and then that storm system will move our way, and by the time we get into midweek next week, get ready for some more rain showers. All right, time now for your 7-day forecast brought to you by Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. 41 overnight tonight and a beautiful Thursday. Sunny and warm tomorrow and 68. Just some filtered sun on Friday. That will be our warmest day at 70 degrees. And then on Saturday, a 40% chance of rain, maybe even a thunderstorm. High temperature of 64. We'll barely get to 60 degrees on Sunday with a chance for showers once again. And then partly to mostly cloudy skies early next week with highs both days right around 60 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Cade Calvin and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Community is more than just a place. It's the people, stories, and connections we share. At the Wenatchee World, we're your neighbors, your storytellers, and your trusted voice. From uncovering the issues that matter most to celebrating the moments that bring us together. We deliver the stories that keep the community moving forward. The Wenatchee World, your community voice, here every day.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Welcome back in, sports fans. Cade Calvin here in Wenatchee. Quite a bit on the varsity slate today. Let's jump right into it. The Wenatchee Panthers travel to take on their rivals, the Eastmont Wildcats, in a high-scoring Big Nine showdown Tuesday night. The two teams traded goals all match long. Aaron Leon struck twice for Eastmont, while Wenatchee answered with goals from Vega and Reyes. Late in the second half, it was all tied up at 3. That's when the match turned. Wenatchee drew a penalty, giving team captain Anthony Garcia a chance to put his team in front. Garcia delivers, blasting it past the keeper for the go-ahead goal. He's mobbed by his teammates, and that moment holds. Wenatchee takes it 4-3 over Eastmont.
It feels really good. I mean, coming in, playing this team, it's always a battle, and it's really cool to see when we come out on top. And we definitely earned it. We worked hard all week in practice, and then we came out and wanted it more. So yeah, I just try to calm myself as much as I can, because finding the right spot where he's not, trying to get him to go one way and then go the other. Like I said, just being calm in that moment, because that's the only way you can finish.
Wenatchee hosts Eisenhower on April 10th, while Eastmont travels to West Valley. And other soccer results from Tuesday: Bush defeats Tenasket 1-0. Cascade takes down Oroville 3-0. Quincy edges Ephrata 3-2 in a really good one. Alrighty, moving along now. The Wenatchee Panthers hosted the Eisenhower Cadets in varsity baseball action Tuesday night. Runs were hard to come by in this one, with both teams dealing on the mound. Nolan Godfrey got the start for the Panthers, throwing 68 pitches, 44 for strikes, finishing with 9 strikeouts while allowing just 3 hits. The two teams combined for just 10 hits on the night, but Wenatchee struck first, taking a 1-0 lead in the opening inning. Eisenhower threatened a few times, but couldn't break through against the Panthers' defense. Wenatchee added 2 insurance runs in the 6th, creating some breathing room late. Ryko Hamilton came on in relief, working the final 2 innings and striking out 4 batters. He closed closes out with a strikeout, and Wenatchee picks up the 3-0 win. The Panthers and Cadets will run it back Friday with a doubleheader set for 4 and 6 in Yakima. And other baseball action from Tuesday, Sultan defeats Cascade 5-3, and Eastmont falls to West Valley 9-6. And real quick in varsity softball, Sultan defeats Cascade in a close one, 13-12 is that final.
Alrighty, that's a look at sports. Reporting from Wenatchee, Kate Calvin, NCW Life.
That will do it for this Wednesday edition of the NCW Life Evening News. Remember, if you see news happening, let us know. Email your news tips to news@ncwlife.com or just give us a call at 888-6295. Our channel is also available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night.
At Colonial Vista Senior Living, we believe life is meant to be lived fully. Our wellness programs inspire residents to stay strong, flexible, and confident every day. Here, curiosity is encouraged, friendships are nurtured, and every activity is an opportunity to connect, create, and enjoy life together. We invite you to experience the lifestyle at Colonial Vista Senior Living for yourself and discover why so many call our community home.
It's time for BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV, Season 16, with your host, Mike Mitchell.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCW Life channel.